personally, I've tried to get clean and sober in the past, and I really struggled with some of the core philosophies, with the AA 12-step model. I think the big thing is, if you look at these two ideas, there's one, it's the disease model, and then there's another one, the empowerment, or more like a choice style model. And so the big things, the disease model is associated with 12 steps, and that is, addiction is defined as a chronic relapsing brain disease. A person, is fundamentally powerless over it. They can't change. And, what that, recovery requires you to surrender to a higher power, and often demands accepting that you are an addict, and that's your label permanently.
And for a lot of people that have come to us, this is the big reason as to why they come to us. To call yourself an addict after you've been sober 20 years, to call yourself an alcoholic when you haven't drank for 10, you're consistently giving yourself a label with a negative connotation, saying, I was this when I was a teenager or whenever it was, and I will always be this, no matter how good I do, no matter what I achieve, no matter how far down the road I get. I'm going to consistently put myself back in this box and say, you're just an addict, you're just an alcoholic. And for a lot of people, especially people overcoming addiction, they're kind of rebellious. And so to tell them that you're always going to be this way for the rest of your life, it can be very frustrating and also disempowering, because you're like, so what's the point? If I'm always going to be this way, whether I drink or don't drink, I'm always going to be an alcoholic. For a lot of people, they're like, how can I get on board with that?
Yeah.